alpha lipoic acid. Crazy how many requests I received on this particular supplement, and the short that I did got quite a bit of traction in terms of comments and folks requesting more information on alpha lipoic acid, especially for a pre-workout channel. It was pretty compelling as to how many folks are interested, whether it's from an antioxidant standpoint, whether it's from a neuroprotection, nootropic standpoint. So I thought it was pertinent enough to do a separate video on altogether. Now, I will get into exactly why, as a pre-workout user or anybody who takes a high amount of stimulants, whether it's pre-workouts, coffee, you name it, why this supplement is such an essential antioxidant and why you need to supplement with it versus trying to derive this from natural food intake. But just to dive right into the pre-workout aspect, if you take DMHA, if you take DMAA pre-workouts, if you take high stimulant pre-workouts, and you're taking them multiple times a week, this should be in your arsenal at least 4 to 5 times a week. And the benefits far exceed counteracting a lot of these pre-workout implications, whether it's from cognitive standpoint, whether it's from inflammation standpoint. I will get into it. What is ALA? It is a naturally occurring antioxidant. It's created within your bodies, within your cells, and it is created by your cells to essentially battle oxidation. Your body is constantly battling oxidation, whether you eat, whether it's from antibiotics, whether it's from all the free radical damage that we experience from exposure to so many chemicals. ALA is there to help us. Now, as it pertains to natural sources, organ meats, green leafy vegetables, beets is where you can find ALA. The challenge is that in this current world where we are, from a food production standpoint, it is not efficient. Even if you're buying organic green leafy vegetables, whatever the case is, what they're finding in studies is that the ALA concentration in foods has significantly gone down, and expectedly so, because when you keep reusing the same soil, the same crops, and we no longer have this issue, what we did way back in the day, of seasonal vegetables, that should tell you alone that in the soil, they're seeing that ALA concentrations are going down, and of course, downstream, the actual vegetables have lower concentrations of ALA. What does it do for you? The benefits are numerous, from weight loss, from skin aging reduction, overall aging implications in general. It helps neuroprotection, inflammation pervasively across your body. It reduces inflammation. It's been shown to help with attenuating liver and heart disease. It reduces glaucoma. It increases insulin sensitivity in diabetes, in peripheral neuropathy, which is one of the symptoms with diabetics. It is highly conducive and helps alleviates a lot of the symptoms as it pertains to diabetic neuropathy. Now, what is the actual dosage? Well, number one, before we even get into dosage, make sure that you buy the R-alpha lipoic acid. This isomer in particular is the most bioavailable. It is much more expensive. Not sponsored, but this is the one that I find on Amazon. It contains absolutely no S-alpha lipoic acid. It is third-party tested. That is the most stable isomer of ALA and the most bioavailable. If you're actually buying something that does not have explicitly stated that this is the R-alpha lipoic acid with no S, there can be some negative impacts of taking S-alpha lipoic acid. So how do I take it? Of course, I take it on an empty stomach. You should always take alpha lipoic acid in the morning on an empty stomach, and especially on mornings where I take pre-workout, whether it's DMHA, whether it's DMAA, or most of the time it is a non-DMHA product. What I have found is that on the mornings where, of course, throughout most of my week where I'm not taking a DMHA product, I have found that recovery in terms of when you talk about feeling DMHA pre-workouts, right? So after you've taken your break and you're using it that once or twice a week, a lot of times you'll find, because I've been taking pre-workouts for so long, you build a pretty heavy tolerance. That feeling of mood elevation, that feeling of focus is no longer what it used to be when you first consumed a DMHA product. I can confidently say that most of you will be experiencing that issue. What I have found with taking alpha lipoic acid, something that is extremely palpable, is that throughout the course of taking it over the past 5 to 6 months, when it's finally time to take a DMHA product throughout my week, I feel it a lot more. And that should tell you volumes about what it's doing from a neuroprotection standpoint. It should be very intuitive. If it is overall an antioxidant that's responsible for reducing inflammation in the body as it battles oxidation and free radical damage, that alone should tell you. And I hear a lot of propaganda, so to say, about, oh, why do you need to take a supplement? And a lot of medical practitioners who have the right to say it, why do you need to take a supplement, right? Especially if you're not diabetic, especially if you're not taking this for a specific reason as it pertains to diabetes, why do you even need to take it? Well, of course, that is going to be the general conception in the medical community, because they're not considering the fact that in the foods that we ingest these days, overall, you can buy organic, you can buy whole foods, whatever the case is, you're simply not getting enough of it. And the studies are there to corroborate that. I'll tell you straight off the cuff. I mean, my dad is a physician, phenomenal physician, not a big believer in supplements, and rightly so, because it's simply it's not disseminated in the medical literature. If you talk about the annals of internal medicine, what a lot of physicians will get, these supplements are not talked about. They have much bigger priorities. So it would behoove you to supplement with ALA, and I'd be curious to know your experience. I've told you my experience open and transparently. I've done extensive research on it. I will link the NCBI studies below. If you have any questions, let me know. If you do intermittent fasting, then this will have a profound impact on your body's insulin sensitivity capacities, and overall it will control a high level of glucose, because that's predominantly what it's used for in diabetic patients, is allowing and enabling your body to break down that glucose to where it's not becoming a challenge, or it's not actually having deleterious impacts within your intra and extracellular concentration. So let me know if you have any questions. It is a supplement that I keep as one of the essential supplements for overall health. Take care, guys. I will catch you on the next one. Do not forget, like, subscribe if you found that helpful. And if you didn't find that helpful, and if you don't plan to take ALA, you should still like and subscribe, because clearly you clicked on the video.